Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the coverage of CoEJ MAMT 2019. And the man I'm stood here with today needs no introduction. It is the president of CoEJ himself, Dr. Akber, as we refer to you as quite usually when we meet up. So Dr. Akber, we spoke to you yesterday, however we didn't really get an opportunity to go into much detail about certain things. So we've decided to interview you again today, and I'm going to ask you a few more questions and hopefully we'll see and we'll understand from you what your perspective's been on this MAMT that's been held in Birmingham this year. So first of all, how are you, and how have you found the weekend so far?
Fantastic. What can I say? This is the best CoEJ MAMT that we have had, with the maximum number of participants, 2,000 on the men's side, 500 on the women's side, and if we add together another 1,000 coming spectators with parents, with their children and things, I mean, this is probably the biggest event in Europe where our community, nearly a third of it, comes together at the weekend. 3,500 people, an opportunity to build networks, opportunity to build friendships, opportunity to meet each other, once a year, opportunities to meet from other jamaats. I mean, it's just fantastic. And Masumin Sports Club, Birmingham community, Birmingham Jamaat, you have been fantastic hosts to this CoEJ MAMT, and I can't thank you enough, because as I've been here for the last 3 days, all I've had is praise about the atmosphere, about the spirit of the volunteers, about the venue, how fantastic it has been, and I haven't got words to express the feelings that people have had coming here. And also, it's inspiring a number of youngsters and older adults to, take on sports. I mean, for myself, I haven't participated as a participant, but I've certainly been inspired to, I used to play table tennis, to take that up and then be a participant next year. So fantastic event, the best so far that we have had.
Alhamdulillah, and it seems as though we've this year, united with CoEJ and Masumin and the Birmingham Jamaat, we've managed to try and get as close to as possible of that slogan that we opted for this year, which was to compete, to unite, and to inspire. And what you've just said there sort of brings to light how we've managed to do that somewhat in abundance, actually. And so it's really positive to hear, and obviously the feedback, I'm sure, will be very well received as we come to the end of the day as well. Just a quick question for you with regards to the future of MAMT. So obviously at the moment we're seeing unprecedented numbers of people coming along, not just to partake but to spectate, join their families, and it's turning into not just a memorial tournament but more of a festival atmosphere. How do you imagine this progressing as the years go on, Dr. Akber?
Well, I think, as you know, next year during this holiday period is going to be Muharram. So we have to look at, and we are consulting how we have this MAMT event, or you can call it festival. It's more becoming a family festival as well, as to whether we have it at a different time of the year or we have it in August and split it over 2 weekends before Muharram. I think one thing I'm convinced is that this festival has to continue, because it's now grounded within the European community, it's owned by the community, young and old, and we need to utilize for the potential that it has got as a product within the community. I mean, one of the other things I didn't say earlier that is that the amount of talent within our community, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, I've seen youngsters as young as 9 competing with adults in golf, in 14-year-olds competing with adults in table tennis, same in tennis. I mean, it's amazing. And some of these are playing within league. So we have a lot of potential to motivate, to encourage these youngsters to excel at sports. And sports, from my perspective, from a leadership perspective, is activity that unites the community, that gets the youngsters engaged with the community, because people complain that, people don't come to the mosques, etc., and the youths are disengaging. I think sports is one way how we can show our youngsters that the community cares for you, and we will organize these events so that you can show your talent, you can network with others, from other Jamaats across Europe. So it's really fantastic.
Excellent words there, and thank you so much, Dr. Akber, for joining us today. I know it's a very hot day and we're stood out in the sun, but hopefully we'll get in the shade and have a drink just now. So just to close things off, Dr. Akber, his biggest highlight has been the inspiration that MAMT has brought to not just himself but also the other participants, particularly the youngsters, who we want to really try and invest in and make sure that they continue to partake and enjoy the community spirit that sports brings to them and their lives and the families around them. So we'll log off for now, and hopefully join us a little bit later, where we'll try and get some more interviews with some of our volleyball players as we come towards the end of today's proceedings. Thank you.